Uh, Number one, they want to work. I was taking a piss the other day, and there was some toilet paper sitting in there from a previous kid. I guess I don't know what happened. They blew their nose and threw it in there. And I noticed as I was pissing, wait, Ryan, this looks really cadavery blue, like I'm dead. There we go. Yeah, that's better. And don't edit that out. Just leave that in. I like that kind of stuff. And I'm pissing on the toilet paper, and I'm sort of getting it off the edge of the bowl and into the middle. And they do this at urinals in Europe. They have little stickers of a fly on it because it keeps the piss in the thing, because men will want to blast the fly. Like, even when we're doing something like pissing, which I'm going to try to avoid shitting on women this whole thing, but have you noticed they just sit there? Well, they don't have a choice, but they just sit there and blast. But what do? Even on our piss time, we're like working, trying to fix things. Like we always want to make things better. Number two, they're good drunks. Now, drunk men have a bad reputation. We're known as violent. Thanks a lot, Boston, for putting us on that map. But generally, we're pretty good. Generally, we just get tired. We might say, I love you, man. You're the best. And then fall asleep. You'll notice when a guy reaches like 10 drinks, he's sort of scoping the party or scoping the bar or scoping wherever he is to see if he can find a place to sleep, so he can crash. When I used to have Christmas parties a lot when I first moved to the burbs, I would get to a level where I needed to crash, and I know the other dads were going to fuck with me, so I would hide like in a closet by the furnace. I'd find a place to curl up and go to sleep. That's what we do when we're drunk. Now, I'm not going to name any other genders, but there's certain ones that are ticking time bombs when they're wasted. At best, they're just annoying, like, his totes Halarskis. I know the basis from Jesus Lizard. Or they're like, what'd you just say? And
The way you choose to carry your child might be racist. Inspiration versus appropriation is a big topic in baby wearing circles with plenty of controversies over the years. Can we talk about white appropriation? Like, isn't everything visible minorities do in America white appropriation? From Beyonce's hair to driving a car? Like, I take one of your things, wearing a baby in a sling, and now I'm like ravaging your culture.
Shaq's the only one doing something about it, not using a phone and using vibes instead.
Yeah. God bless Shaq. But the reason carrying a baby is racist is everything is racist. If you go to 4.1, you can see that breeding, simply having a baby, is racist. I think my partner's reason for suddenly wanting kids might be racist. We originally agreed not to have children, but now he's saying our genes are too, quote-unquote, smart not to pass on, says Rebecca Onion. It's irresponsible to have children given the state of the world. And then just like Kyle Rittenhouse, they managed to make it racial. You're talking about climate change and global population. And now whites can't have babies. Can blacks have babies? Look at that stupid, ugly bitch.
She looks oniony.
Yeah.
It makes me cry.
I'm glad she's not breeding. Several of our friends have had babies, and he said that it would be dysgenic for us not to have babies because we're both smart. That has to be. Whites are so self-hating that they can't even acknowledge their own IQs, and they have to put it in quotes. The word smart has to be in quotes. Talk about cucked. Although it was scored very high on standardized tests, you just got to get that in there. I do not believe they are valid measures of anything. Why'd you take the test then? Regularly. Why are you regularly taking standardized tests if you don't think they're a valid measure? I found this conversation bizarre and probably racist. Frankly, I thought he was too enlightened to believe such things. He's too smart to believe in breeding. You're an idiot if you want to have a baby. So you're an idiot, Ryan.
Oh, man.
But you're not white, so maybe that's good.
Oh, yeah.
What's the next thing?
Well, I'm double white.
Zoom out. So they respond to this and they say, I don't know who they is, but the mainstream left. Your boyfriend said a reason for changing his mind strikes me as indeed, yes, racist.
Indeed, a little bit racist. Oh, that's nice.
But Idiocracy wasn't about race. There was no blacks in the movie at all. B, a sign that he's either now come to think about the question differently or that his climate-related reasons for not wanting to reproduce were never the same as yours to begin with. Go ahead, dummies. Go not breed. Was that 4-2? Let's do 4-3. Pull up 4-3.
I think that was 4-1, so this is 4-2.
Oh, yes. There's our old Josh Lacash. The unbearable whiteness of camping.
You said you loved him, and I talked to him yesterday. He says he loves you too.
Okay, that's good to know. The unbearable whiteness. Like, that's a common term. People of color have been excluded. How are you fucking excluded? Camping isn't a thing that's marketed. No one benefits from camping. There's no corporation that gets 10 cents every time you camp. So it's not advertised. It's not like Coca-Cola where Coke wants you to drink Coke. Nature doesn't give a shit. Actually, they'd rather you didn't pop by.
Right.
So it's the unbearable whiteness of cycling, which, by the way, up in Westchester, you see hordes of yuppies riding their bikes. It's a pet peeve of mine. Why are they wearing those stupid shirts? I understand if you're a professional and you have a bunch of sponsors, but people in the suburbs wear shirts with fake sponsors on them. Could you be more embarrassing? Aren't you embarrassed? Milk, indie, ballet, hiking, cycling. Like, the implication here is that people are being excluded. Hey, I want to buy this bicycle. I want to go ride it. I want to do some long distance cycle. Sorry, sir. I can't sell you this bicycle. We would get looted. They would burn this place. They'd have a fiery but peaceful protest here if I sold you a bicycle.
You're bearably not white. So.
But yeah, what I was going to say is, in Westchester, you see these like, it'll be 30 guys on a bike. What's this now? Ryan's advertising himself?
This is the unbearable whiteness of wearing a suit.
I'm so glad your daughter didn't get that nose.
It's a nice nose. What is with that? When like a poor person wears a suit for the first time, they do this? Like it's a fucking security vest? Hey, I'm gonna need you to go over there. Like, when have you ever held your lapels?
Never.
What the fuck is that? Remember the guy going to see Aquaman?